I did not know the ride would change my life. I just wanted a quiet break, nothing more. My name is Aaron. I live in Portland, Oregon. I work in a small office, and most days feel the same. Wake up, drink coffee, go to work, answer emails, go home. Repeat. Last Friday, something inside me felt heavy. I needed space, air, a little silence. So I booked a ticket for a long train ride to Seattle. I wanted the soft shaking of the train and the calm view out the window. I thought the ride would help me breathe again. I was wrong. The ride did something very different. I remember stepping onto the train. The air smelled like rain and warm metal. The seats were almost empty. I felt good about that. I wanted a quiet place. I found a seat near the window and sat down. I put my bag near my feet and pulled out a small book. My plan was simple. Read. Relax. Think. Maybe sleep. For the first 10 minutes, everything was perfect. Then he entered. A man walked into the train car. He looked a little tired, maybe even lost. He wore an old blue jacket and held a coffee cup that shook a little in his hand. His eyes moved from seat to seat, like he was searching for something. I felt that small pull inside my chest. The feeling you get when your peaceful moment is about to change. He sat down across from me. He looked at me for a second. Not rude, not strange, just curious. "Hi," he said in a soft voice. "Hi," I answered. I thought that was it. Just a simple greeting. But he kept looking at me, almost like he wanted to say something important. "My name is Mark," he said. "I'm Aaron," I told him. He smiled, but it was a sad smile. The kind people use when they try to hide something. We sat in silence for a moment. I could hear the train wheels turning under us. The sound was slow and steady. Then he asked, "Do you ever feel like you were running away from your own life?" The question hit me like cold water. I did not expect it. I did not even know him. I said, "Sometimes. Today feels like that." He nodded like he already knew my answer. He looked out the window. Trees passed by. The sky was gray, but the light was gentle. "I am going to Seattle to tell someone the truth," he said. A truth I kept hidden for too long. There was something in his voice. A heavy thing. I felt it. I asked, "Is it something bad?" He shook his head slowly. "Not bad. Just hard. And sometimes hard things look like bad things." After that, he told me a story. His father had passed away 3 years ago. Before that, they had a big fight. They did not talk for months. Mark always wanted to say sorry, but he waited too long. Now he carried that weight every day. He was going to Seattle to talk to his father's best friend, a man who knew the full story. He wanted to give him a letter his father wrote years ago. A letter he had never opened. I felt a soft chill on my arms. "Why now?" I asked. "Because," he said. The truth finds you, even if you try to hide. I looked at him carefully. His hands were shaking. His eyes were bright, like he was scared and brave at the same time. Then something unexpected happened. He reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out a small envelope. It looked old, the paper a little yellow. My heart beat faster when he placed it on the small table between us. I still have not opened it, he said. Why? I asked. Because I think the letter will change everything. And I am not ready. I understood. More than I wanted to admit. I also carried things I did not want to open. Not letters, but memories. Feelings. Regrets. The train moved faster. The sound outside grew louder. Then he looked at me, right into my eyes. Will you sit with me when I open it? The question surprised me. My first thought was no. This was too personal. Too big. I barely knew him. But something inside me said yes. Maybe it was his voice. Maybe it was the fear in his hands. Maybe it was the truth that I also carried something heavy. So I said, yes. I can. He took a deep breath and held the envelope between his fingers. His lips moved like he was saying a small prayer. He opened it. He read the letter slowly. His eyes moved left to right in a quiet rhythm. I watched the color change in his face. First worry. Then surprise. Then something soft and warm. When he finished, he closed his eyes. What did it say? I asked softly. He answered with a shaking voice, he forgave me. He forgave me before we even fought. He wrote this because he knew I was scared to talk. He said he loved me. I felt my own throat tighten. He looked at me and said, I carried this fear for years. And the truth was something simple. Something gentle. I did not know what to say. So I just sat with him in silence. He folded the letter again and put it back in his pocket. Thank you for being here, he said. I thought I had to do this alone. You are not alone, I told him. It was true in a way I did not expect. The train slowly arrived in Seattle soon after. People stood up and grabbed their bags. The world felt louder again. We stood up too. Before he left, he touched my shoulder and said, this ride changed me. Maybe it changed you too. He walked away into the crowd. I never saw him again. On the train back home, I thought about my own life. My fear. My silence. The things I avoided. Something inside me opened that day. And I knew one thing. Some rides are not just rides. Some strangers are not just strangers. And sometimes the truth is waiting for us, like a soft voice in a quiet train car. That was my ride to remember.
Have you ever had a moment when the truth scared you a little? Do you confront it, or do you wait until you feel ready? Tell me in the comments. And do not forget to subscribe for more interesting English stories. Key vocabulary from the story are envelope, regret, forgive, stranger, and whisper. Envelope, a flat paper container for letters. Regret, a sad feeling about something you did or did not do. Forgive, to stop feeling angry at someone. Stranger, a person you do not know. Whisper, to speak very quietly. Lesson of the day. Regret. A sad feeling about something you did or did not do. Example from the story. Now he carried that regret every day. More examples. I feel regret when I think about my old mistake. She spoke with regret in her voice. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, and share. You can watch the next story here or explore our playlist for more inspiring stories. And do not forget to subscribe. More interesting stories for learning English are coming soon.